Imagine a world where machines could predict and respond to threats faster than humans ever could. Is that the future of military operations? The landscape of military operations has undergone a profound transformation over the centuries. From the times of traditional warfare where strategic prowess and physical might ruled the battlefields, to the present day where technology is an indispensable ally, the evolution has been nothing short of remarkable. In the early days, military strategies were handcrafted by human minds, with generals and commanders directing troops based on their understanding of the enemy and the terrain. The outcomes of battles hinged on human intuition, courage, and the raw strength of warriors. As time went on, the advent of technology began to reshape this landscape. The invention of the telegraph, for instance, revolutionized communication in warfare, allowing for real-time coordination over vast distances. The 20th century saw the introduction of advanced weaponry, surveillance systems, and aircraft, further shifting the balance of power. In recent years we have witnessed an even more dramatic shift, with the introduction of cutting-edge technology in the form of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Today, military operations are no longer solely dependent on human decision-making. Sophisticated algorithms can now analyze vast amounts of data, predict potential threats, and even suggest tactical responses. Yet despite these advancements, humans remain at the heart of military operations. It is still humans who make the final decisions, based on the information and recommendations provided by these intelligent systems. The human element, with all its intuition, experience, and judgment, is indispensable. But the evolution doesn't stop there. As we continue to push the boundaries of technology, we find ourselves on the brink of another transformation, a transformation driven by a particular type of artificial intelligence that mimics the human brain, neural networks. But what if we could make these processes even more efficient? What if we could enhance human capabilities, not just supplement them? What if we could predict and respond to threats faster than any human ever could? Is that the future of military operations? Let's delve into the world of neural networks. Neural networks, a concept inspired by the human brain, have revolutionized many industries. But how exactly do they work? Imagine a network of interconnected nodes or neurons, much like the billions of neurons in our own brains. Each of these nodes can process information, and when connected, they form a complex, layered structure known as a neural network. At the heart of these neural networks is the ability to learn from data. They start off not knowing much, like a newborn baby, and as they are fed data, they learn to recognize patterns and make predictions. This process is known as training. The more data they're fed, the better they become at making accurate predictions. Consider a neural network tasked with recognizing handwritten numbers. Initially, it might struggle to distinguish between a hastily scribbled 3 and an 8. But as it's fed more and more examples, it learns the common shapes and strokes that make up each number, eventually becoming proficient at identifying them. And it's not just about recognizing numbers or images. Neural networks can be applied to a variety of fields, from predicting stock market trends to diagnosing diseases and even driving autonomous vehicles. They're capable of processing vast amounts of data, spotting patterns that might be missed by the human eye, and making predictions with remarkable accuracy. In essence, neural networks mimic the learning process of the human brain but on a much larger scale. They're capable of learning and adapting, and this makes them incredibly powerful tools. But it's not all smooth sailing. Neural networks are complex and require vast amounts of data and computational power. They're also only as good as the data they're trained on. If the data is biased or incorrect, the predictions will be too. Despite these challenges, the potential of neural networks is undeniable. They're transforming industries, making processes more efficient, and opening up new possibilities that we're only just beginning to explore. Now that we understand neural networks, we can examine their impact on military operations. Neural networks can be and are being used in the military industry. But how does this influence the battlefield? Well, let's dive into that right away. One of the most obvious applications of neural networks in the military is threat detection. Neural networks can be trained to recognize patterns and anomalies in data that may signify a potential threat. For example, they can analyze satellite images to detect enemy movements or predict potential areas of conflict based on historical data. This not only increases the efficiency of threat detection, but also reduces the margin of human error significantly. Another application of neural networks is predictive maintenance. In military operations, equipment failure can lead to disastrous consequences. Neural networks can analyze a multitude of factors like equipment age, usage patterns, and environmental conditions to predict when a piece of equipment is likely to fail. This allows for proactive maintenance, reducing downtime, and potentially saving lives. Now let's talk about decision-making. The military often has to make split-second decisions under intense pressure. Neural networks can assist in this by analyzing complex data and providing recommendations. For instance, in a combat scenario, a neural network could analyze variables like enemy position, weather conditions, and troop strength to suggest the best course of action. However, as with any technology, there are potential risks. A neural network is only as good as the data it's trained on. If the training data is biased or incomplete, the network's predictions could be inaccurate. Moreover, reliance on technology could lead to an over-reliance on automation, potentially reducing human oversight and judgment. Additionally, there's the risk of these systems being hacked or manipulated. Imagine a scenario where an enemy is able to manipulate a neural network to give false predictions, leading to disastrous consequences. In conclusion, while neural networks bring a lot of benefits to the table, they're not without their share of risks. They're powerful tools that can greatly enhance military operations, but it's important to use them responsibly and with a clear understanding of their limitations. While the advantages are clear, there are also potential drawbacks that need to be addressed. The use of neural networks in the military industry is still in its early stages.